Yeah, yeah. Is anybody here? Anybody here yet? I started late. I'm sorry. Let's see. Let's see. I know I kind of lied and said I was going to start at 7, but my bad. I had things, I had daddy stuff to do, and then I also decided to put out the Chris Webby reaction today. All right, Megs. Cool, 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 cool. We're going to get started like soon. I just want to give people some time to get in here, just a little bit. And I've already done 3 reactions today. Obviously, you can see the bandana is the same one that was in the Webby reaction. Uh, it'll be in some other. Hey, Yolande. I feel like you're new, right? Have I seen you before? If I haven't, welcome. I appreciate you. All right, honest question. How's my bandana? It's tough. My hair is stupid long though. I am gonna grow it out and see like if I can deal with it. I don't think I can though. But I'm gonna try at least. I'm gonna try at least. Cause okay, Elon. All right, that's fine. That's fine also. But look. Like it's this is usually the part that makes me cut it all the time because it like gets itchy. So I like have a hard time dealing with it. Let's see. Hold on. Yes, I did. And I that's actually what I plan on doing this weekend. I'm actually going to go back to the first 2 lives and cut up the individual reactions, even though I don't like the format of it, how it's like just me in a little square. But I mean, I don't want to, you know what? Those artists deserve reactions as well. So I am going to do it. That's what I have planned for this weekend. Because this was not the original intent of the channel, but you know, independent artists are like something I think we need to support. So I'm all on board with that. Hey, Suzanne. Everybody that's in there, say what's up so I can shout you out. We're gonna give it a few minutes before we get started. And just in case anybody didn't know, for example, look, I'm just gonna show Ren has a chaptered series on his Ren Make Stuff where he goes basically through his life story. And I have not watched it. I watched the first part and haven't seen the rest. And I want to go through the rest. But then there's also another trending topic that Megs knows about, and that's a beef that's going on between Black Pegasus and another guy that I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to give him any attention at all. Hey, Valerie. Hey, Crystal. All right. But maybe if we have time, we can, we can do a live reaction of the beefs. Yeah, I won't say his name. But maybe afterwards, if we do these first 2 chapters, I can look at, I'm willing to do it. I'll look at Black Pegasus and King Dada's disses. But I'm gonna be honest, and I'm biased because I don't think a guy whose biggest claim to fame is Ren shitting on him as his biggest accomplishment, like a big deal. So it is what it is. But if we have time and y'all want me to, I'll do it. I don't. It is what it is. I'm just not gonna like promote videos towards him. So I'll do it on the live though. I don't care. But let's see. I'm gonna give like 2 more minutes and then I'm gonna get started on the Ren chapter 2 because I was gonna watch this anyway, but I just figured I'd do it live in case other people haven't seen them too, because a lot of the people that subscribe to me for the Tom stuff are getting into Ren too. So in case they want to see it, it's there. But let's see. Let me see. Tom McDonald's trash. What's up? That's not me saying that's his name. Valerie Donahue. Let's see. And yes, he is a clown. Yeah. His biggest claim to fame is Ren clapping his booty cheeks, which is insane to me. And because Ren is such a nice guy, is the only reason he did what he did, and is his biggest bump in support throughout his channel. I'm gonna try to do it unbiased. I don't think I can though. But all right, let's go ahead and get started. Hold on. My bad. I almost jumped the gun. We got one more minute. Then we'll get started. Yep, he's dropping another just tomorrow. I want to wait for the whole thing to be done to look at it, but I probably won't be able to. But all right, we're gonna jump into it. This is Ren Chapter 2. If you haven't seen Chapter 1, go back to my Ren Cujo beatdown breakdown video. And there we go.
A year of living in a nightmarish purgatory does strange things to your psyche. I was still trying to push through university, but I found myself missing many lectures to stay in bed. I started noticing more unusual symptoms creeping in, a strange buzzing sensation in the soles of my feet. My vision started looking like fuzzy television static, something that I later learned was called visual snow, something with no known origin. My calf muscles started constantly twitching and spasming. At any moment, they wouldn't go longer than 20 seconds without twitching, and that can drive you a bit nuts. All these symptoms I still live with to this day. You just become very used to tolerating constant discomfort. It becomes kind of the norm and kind of becomes like an annoying, unsettling radio static in the background of existence. I stopped taking my antidepressants after having cycled many different kinds. None of them helped. All of them gave me some new kind of symptom or side effect like insomnia, dry mouth, heart palpitations, no libido, etc. I spent a lot of my time alone, but in the moments of respite, I'd hang out with friends. We formed a band called Trick the Fox the year before I'd gotten sick. It was the one ray of sunshine I had at the time. I quickly became friends with a bass player called Charlie, and we developed some kind of musical telepathy where we both knew what the other was going to play before it even happened. He was the first musician I've ever felt this kind of chemistry with. I became a kind of third wheel in his Momoko's relationship. With time, Momoko became like a sister to me. To this day, it's one of my favorite people on this spinning rock. Performing with Trick the Fox was one of the rare times that I felt free. There was something about the duty of having to entertain others that let me escape the physical limitations of my own sick body, even if just for a moment. I usually pay for it the next day with what can only be described as an energy hangover where I'd be stuck in bed all day, but for me that was worth it. Those days I was still fairly functional. It was around this time I started losing faith in the medical industry.
Real quick, just man, hearing all this like breaks my heart, but it makes me so much more angry at the whole Cujo situation. I've already admitted I'm biased, so all right, whatever.
The more appointments I'd go to, adamant that something was wrong, the more of a hypochondriac they treat me as. Medical gaslighting is a real thing with chronic illness. They chalk me down as someone who was always requesting blood tests, and my mental health diagnosis probably didn't help that. Strangely, they never tested me for any kind of pathogens. I decided to embark on a precarious journey into the Russian roulette chamber of Dr. Google. I would type in the most predominant symptom of the day, and Dr. Google would tell me that I have a rare disease and I'm probably going to die. With time, I sharpened my search engine axe and refined what I was looking for. I dived headfirst into the abyss of online support groups, hoping to find solace or answers amongst fellow sufferers. We were like crabs in a barrel. Very rarely, someone would find their silver bullet and announce what it was that cured them. Hundreds of people would follow their protocol, some with mild success, but most of us will still remain trapped. I joined as many online support groups as I could. It was a bit like the beginning of Fight Club, except instead of faking conditions to feel accepted, I was desperately hoping I had those conditions so I could cure myself and get the fuck out. I convinced myself I had conditions like candida, magnesium deficiency, parasites, adrenal fatigue, heavy metal poisoning, etc. At the time, I felt like I was single-handedly keeping Jeff Bezos in business. While most students were spending their student loan on drinks, I'd spend mine on the supplement or protocol of the week. I'd follow whatever herbal or supplement protocol was suggested, sometimes noticing mild improvement and sometimes getting a lot worse, most of the time feeling nothing. A story.
Brain fog. Oh man, he said that, and it gives me like a little insight into what, because I have my own issues of where I was almost like debilitated from just the brain fog. That's it. I didn't have any other thing. It was just that. And that had me on my ass for days and days at a time. Ah, man. And it sounds like a simple thing, but that it'll ruin the way you think, your energy level. It's, man, it is insane. I don't know. My bad. I'm sorry for stopping. That was, I can relate to that. So
Would pop up on one of these groups like, after I did a 30-day parasite cleanse of wormwood, cloves, and garlic, all my symptoms disappeared. I'd read a story like this, get full of hope, and put myself through a grueling 30 days, which was often result in a worsening of symptoms. My body felt even sicker and weaker, but I'd stick it out because I was told that this was a good sign. The parasites are dying. I peered into the toilet bowl and valiantly waved goodbye as I flushed their imaginary corpses into a watery abyss. At the end of the 30 days, I'd be left with a lighter wallet and all my symptoms still remaining. And if that didn't work, I'd move on to what was next. Maybe I have seasonal affective disorder. All right. So I'd get on the internet, order a light, stare at it for 10 minutes a day. And to my big fucking surprise, still have all my symptoms. The only thing that light illuminated for me was that I was desperate enough to buy a glorified table lamp.
These mushrooms make you feel better. They increase focus and energy while keeping you calm.
I kid you not when I say that over the years, I probably have taken nearly every dietary health supplement known to man. One of the most grueling self-treatment courses came when I did around-the-clock heavy metal chelation. I would take a supplement called ALA and DMSA, which supposedly shuttle mercury molecules out of your body through a process called chelation. I would have to take the pill once every 3 hours around the clock, which meant setting multiple alarm clocks to wake up and take them. The supplements came with their own side effects. I remember one time standing in a supermarket and feeling like the sounds and lights were so bright that I couldn't even bear to be in there. I stuck with this protocol for a whole year with no luck. I was still coming to terms with the death of one of my best friends during this time too. I was too sick to hold down any kind of stable job, so I was mostly living off my student loan. Welsh students study in England also weirdly get given a small sum of money just for being Welsh, or almost like a "we're really sorry that you're Welsh" sort of condolence prize. I've always prided myself on my financial independence, so whenever I could, I'd get out on the streets of Bath and I'd busk. I remember the very
busk. Okay. And I have read the comments, so I am saying it right. Busking. All right. That kind of explains why he has like this, I wouldn't say weird, but like this connection with the art of, I guess busking. And that's cool. I like that.
The first time I did, I had my guitar in hand. I perched myself on a bench, took a deep breath, and then bared my soul to the jury of the street. And it was exhilarating. People sometimes ask me what music means to me, and it means life. This was usually the one time I felt like I didn't want to die. This was the one time I could feel a resemblance of something that resembled spirit, that resembled my soul, that resembled me. I even found myself cracking jokes with onlookers, which for someone dripping with social anxiety at the time was huge for me. It was March, roughly 3 months after Joe had died, and I was sitting on a bench in Bath with my guitar singing into a busy street. And this is when I would meet the first angel of this story. I'd see two more angels years later, one in the guise of a homeless man, one a doctor cheating death in the Beverly Hills clinic, but that bit will come a little bit later. The angel was walking on the opposite side of the street with a mother. They both...
Real quick, everyone in here, let me know the song that you discovered Ren with. The exact song.
Stopped to watch me for a moment. I saw her mum whisper something to her. The angel turned bright red and she giggled and they shyly approached. We got talking and the angel asked where I was from. I told her that I grew up in Wales in a small village that was once described in a local newspaper as being worse than the Iraqi war scene. I told them they would have never heard of it. They looked surprised and they said they had family there. I asked which part, and it turned out to be the village that I grew up in. Since you can basically count a population of two intergenerationally bred mutated hands, I asked who they were, and it turned out that angel happened to be Joe's cousin. This encounter was always a foundational moment of serendipity in my life. In the years that followed, I took serendipitous occasions to mean I was in line with my purpose. Sometimes I felt like I'm following a script. It's just that I don't know the words or actions until they actually happen. But in moments of serendipity, I feel like they are playing out exactly as they were meant to. It was quite a bizarre moment for me that hundreds of miles away by chance this angel would be related to my lost friend. Upon learning who I was, they invited me back to theirs for a cup of tea, and I accepted and I fell in love. It was really good tea. That week, the angel took me to a favorite botanical garden and she pointed out a favorite flower. So that night, true story, I dressed in black, broke in by climbing over the fence, dug up the flower and presented it to her the next day. She called me insane, but it's safe to say that angel ended up being my first serious girlfriend.
Adorable.
It was a weird kind of relationship. We both shared an unusual trauma for people who were so young, brought together by a tragedy. Even though sometimes I feel like she might have hated me at the time, I was convinced like it was some sort of Shakespearean fate that had brought us together, a morbidity that birthed light, that it couldn't be anything else. It felt like divine intervention. She was pretty troubled in her own way, and I was very troubled in mine. But in between...
Hold on, real quick. I wanna point this out real quick. He's a true gentleman, and he is, which is why I have such a disdain for a certain someone. They calling someone out for their abilities is fine, but to do it to this guy, maybe he didn't know, which is fine, but then to use that fan support, knowing that because he's already expressed how nice of a guy he is, and to use that fan support, and even after he wipes his ass with you in a lyrical battle, he's so nice that he would the only reason he gave you an up because he didn't want to end your career. And that is just a fact, and that's a commendable thing to do. But for you to take that mindset and use it as everybody owes you something and you're the best, I can never respect that. And that guy is he's I don't have nothing personal against him, but I think he's a piece of shit. It is what it is. Because I don't like when people take advantage of nice guys or nice women. No.
The sludge of dealing with the constant symptoms, it was beautiful. That summer, her parents took us to Center Parks, which is a posher version of Butlins, if you don't know, where they paid for all the activities and meals, and they let me do whatever I wanted. Coming from a poorer family, I wasn't really used to being spoiled to that degree, but I figured I'd just roll with it. One morning while I was there, I got a call from my friend Sega, and he sounded pretty mixed up, so I asked him what was wrong. He told me that there was no easy way to say it, but one of my other best friends, Callum, had died. He'd gone cliff jumping in the same cliffs we used to jump off as kids. The sea was particularly choppy that day, and he caught a cross current and he started to drown. Another guy that he was with had jumped in an attempt to save him, and they both drowned. The first day I met Callum, I was 11. He was in the year above me in high school and used to walk around with these massive baggy bright orange jeans. He hung around with all the goth kids and I thought they looked super cool. So the next day I painted my nails black and fashioned a necklace out of a severed extension cable from an old VCR machine. I infiltrated the group and I gained their trust. Not long after, me and Callum were friends, wandering around beautiful Welsh countryside looking for the most scenic places to smoke weed. We stayed friends throughout high school and I truly loved him. When Callum died, I couldn't properly grieve. I felt weirdly numb after losing Joe. I'd often feel guilty for my inability to cry at the time. A couple of years later, I'd learned another friend of mine that I used to play function gigs with had thrown himself off a cliff face in Dover. And again, I felt numb. I couldn't tell if this new acceptance of the inevitability of death was a beautifully liberating thing, or if it was a sign that my humanity was slipping away. To this day, death has kind of remained a bit of a matter-of-fact part of my life. During my years of sickness, I had to crawl through a morbid longing to be killed by my illness to find a more peaceful acceptance that death is just an inevitable consequence of life and it doesn't spare anyone. That never left, and I haven't ever really been scared of dying since. Some days I've tempted it. What I'm more scared of is having to live my whole life as a sick person. In my relationship with death, the most healing moment occurred just 2 years ago. My grandmother, who I loved to pieces, was dying, but I actually got the chance to say goodbye this time, to hold her hand, to thank her for being alive. I remember not long before she passed, she was lying in a hospital bed, and she was very weak and very pale, barely able to open her eyes. I asked how she was, and it seemed like a stupid question as soon as it left my mouth. She paused for a long moment, and she turned her head to look at me, and she opened her eyes, and she smiled, and she said she felt happy. And it was just one word, happy, which was simple and it was beautifully profound. And that was one time I'd gotten a chance to say goodbye. And it was the first time that I hoped that one day I would die happy. The following year, I would achieve something beyond my wildest dreams, and then I would lose it almost as soon as it came. Stay tuned for that.
I don't want to hear.
Yeah, that's he's. And I will say he's had a hard life because, you know, to know you're sick for that long is crazy. And of course, you would get a degree of being comfortable with death, which I think that's like against of how like we're supposed to be. Like you shouldn't be open to death or not scared of it. Like that's what helps us as human is being scared of death. And the fact that he's been sick for so long, he's not. It's just that's tough. Well, that was it. That was all that came with the video. Hold on. I mean, I can go back and double check. Let me see. Actually, my bad. Let me go back and check. Make sure I didn't cut it off too soon. Oh, I did. My bad. Hold on. Give me a second. My bad. I will have to cut this out because these get copyrighted afterwards. But yeah, let's get it. Let's watch this one.
I don't want to hear no words today because they pull me under. In the castle of my room, I'll hide away from the outside thunder. Gonna lock my troubles outside of this door, 'cause today it's just me and these four walls. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, say oh. Said I wanna run away, fly to another place. The light that I hold, it turns to gray, and that makes me wonder, will I always feel this way? So far under, but I put my soul on show for everyone to see, 'cause even though it's bruised, I know it holds such beauty. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, say oh. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place. Nobody here but me today, but that makes me stronger, 'cause I wash away the pain under sheets of feather. Wanna lock my troubles outside of this door, 'cause today it's just me and these four walls. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, say oh. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place,
It's insane how little he's aged. Like he still has the same face. It's crazy, especially as much stress as he's been through.
Another place, say oh. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, say oh. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place. I crave relief in solitude. I search for peace, but pain pursues. Please, something, just free me, give me some truth. My head is a prison, I need to move. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place. Say oh. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place. Say oh. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place. I said I wanna run, I said I wanna run, I said I wanna run. Yeah, oh. I said I wanna run, I said I wanna run, I said I wanna run. Yeah, oh. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place. Yeah, oh. I said I wanna run away, fly to another place, fly to another place.
All right, are we? Is it okay? That's it. That's it. That's it. All right. Thank you for reminding me. I would have missed it. But now that I know, every video ends with it. Let's see. Hold on. I want to. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Ren started with him. Not the with who? That's not what I've seen. I saw him take shots first, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But either way, I have no respect for taking advantage of a nice guy like that who still shouts you out. And just in case y'all didn't know, I know they ended off good and whatever after Ren beat the shit out of him lyrically and then boosted him up and had a bunch of his fans go subscribe to him, which is the biggest boost in his channel ever. What? How long ago was that? A year and a half, 2 years ago? Now he's saying he admitted he lost, and now he's saying he didn't lose. So, no. I have no respect for that guy because he does it every time. He has the same formula. He'll go after somebody that's bigger than him, attack them, antagonize them until they attack him, which is what he wants. He doesn't believe any of the shit he says, that he's the king of rap. No, you're not. You said honester in a song. You lost. You said honester. No. No, I'm white, but I know rap. No, sorry. You make up words to rhyme with other words. No, that doesn't it. You can slant rhyme. You can't make up words to go with other words. That's not the way it works. Unless it's lingo like YOLO or something. But you know what I mean. No. I have no respect for that guy ever. But on a live is the only time I would ever address him or look at his stuff because nope.
Chevy Equinox EV starting at $34,900.
And I won't say for me, he's not clout chasing for me. I'm smaller than him. Granted, he's been around for 6 years. I've been around for 2 months. But he clout chases people that are bigger than him to get attention onto him. And then, after the battle's done, he's hoping they're nice like the way Ren was. Ren was nicer than he ever needed to be, but that's just Ren. That's even from the little time I've been watching him, that's just how nice he is. And you know what? That's part of what I really like about Ren. But that does not make what the other side did okay because he's taking advantage of this nice person. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Yes, yeah. That's the way I remember it. And just look now. And here, hold on. Let's do this. Yes, go ahead. But where we're at now is, so if you look back, I didn't even know who this guy was. But after I saw the him and Ren thing, and then I judged it from there, he came on my channel, called me a racist, called me everything because I thought he got his ass whooped. And it is what it is. But after that, I looked through his stuff and everything is going after people that are bigger than him. So this is his formula for trying to get bigger. Brother, you've been around for 6 years. If you were going to make it, you would have. I don't want to turn this into about him, But I nothing personal against the guy, but I just don't like how he went. I don't like his formula of trying to make it in the music industry. I just don't think he's a good dude, really. But some of these guys are too nice to call him out for what he is. That's yeah, I'm just saying, and I think it's obvious for the rest of us. Like, we can see it. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Let me see if other new people are in here. No, I think I got everybody. Yeah. But I'm just saying what I saw and what I see. Yeah, he just go. No, you're good. You're good. No, I was gonna go back. I just want to talk to everybody for a little bit. But yeah, but I was saying after I'm done with chapter 3, because that's where I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna do 2 chapters alive, and then the next week go through others. But if y'all want, I wasn't gonna do it on my channel, but I can look at the Black Pegasus diss and also his diss, and we can do that. And I'll try to be unbiased, but I'll tell you right now, I probably won't be, because I just dislike the guy. But let's jump back into Ren's chapter 3, and we'll go from there, and we'll see what y'all want to do. Oop, 1 second.
Anxiety and depression. My therapist was scowling at my weekly anxiety and depression scores like a detective trying to crack a particularly stubborn case. There were no signs of improvement, and the scores followed no real measurable pattern that were consistent with bipolar. After nearly 2 years of talk therapy and taking enough medications to fill a pharmacy, he sat down with me and he dropped the bombshell that he didn't think that I had bipolar. In fact, he said that he didn't think that I had depression at all. And it was a very odd thing to be stripped of an identity in an instant. The reality was that a 20-minute in and out consultation 2 years ago led to 2 years of swallowing pills that I never needed and devoting so much of my time to managing the condition that I never actually had. The emotions inside me swirled around like a mismatched soup. On one hand, I was full of anger and I was bitter about the whole situation, but I was also hopeful that this new path could offer me the relief that I desperately needed. He told me he was going to refer me to an ME clinic in Bath. I'd never heard of it before, but instinctively true to character, I started researching it online as soon as I got home. Apparently, ME is the medical equivalent of a choose-your-own-adventure book, with tiredness as the only consistent plot line. There were no universally accepted reasons as to why the fuck it existed in the first place. It seemed it was largely accepted to be a post-viral condition, but that was all speculative because there were no clear consensus in the medical community what ME even was. The defining characteristic was a tiredness that wouldn't go away with rest. I could relate to this. In fact, I could more than relate to it. For anyone lucky enough to have not have experienced this, if you want an idea of what it's like, force yourself to stay awake for 3 nights in a row. During this time, eat the food that makes you feel terrible, and in this sleep-deprived state, exercise until your muscles give out. By the 3rd day, you'll have a small insight into living with this condition. During the years post-stem cell transplant, where I recovered a lot of my health and functionality, I remember getting COVID and thinking it was a walk in the park compared to the first year of my illness. The difference was COVID lasted about a week. The thick of my illness lasted 8 years, and it only was getting worse. I pinned a lot of hope on going to that first visit at the ME clinic. It was a 6-month waiting list, God bless NHS wait times, but I felt excited to be surrounded by people who would understand me, where I could climb out of this nightmare. But my hopes were pretty quickly crushed during that first visit. I remember walking into a space that looked like a disused classroom where a bunch of people on chairs were sitting around in circles like Alcoholics Anonymous. I could feel a sense of camaraderie and that we all felt like dog shit. We were all confused and we were all desperately wanting to feel better. I believe at the time I was probably the youngest in the group. The group leader waddled in and handed us all a booklet that looked like a school timetable. She then sat us down and told about this new revolutionary technique called pacing, where you write down and track everything that you do in a day, and then you do it less. And then with time, do it more again. The theory being that you have a limited bucket of energy compared to normal people, and you need to protect that and gradually push it. I thought this sounded pretty stupid, so I raised my hand. I told her about the pain in my body. I told her that my muscles twitched constantly. I told her that my bones ached. I told her that my mouth was dry. I couldn't focus, that some days they'd be without mercy and I'd be trapped in bed for the whole day. But the days that I wasn't, I wanted to make the most of it. I wanted to breathe the air and I wanted to live. She told me she understood it's hard, but she didn't really offer more than that. She just pointed at the booklet and told me to follow it. I asked her about things like heavy metal poisoning, about chronically reactivating viruses, about defective mitochondria, about all the things that I read that were linked to chronic fatigue, but she just raised an eyebrow, looked at me like I was a hypochondriac and told me she knew nothing about those things. I remember walking out of the building feeling disheartened and defeated, so much so that my legs buckled as I was walking home. I began to sob uncontrollably on the side of the road. An old woman knelt down to comfort me and asked me what was wrong. I didn't even really know how to explain, so I just told her that I missed my friend. Despite my skepticism, I stuck to the program for at least half a year, and I kept going for my periodic visits to the clinic, and it did jack shit. In fact, I got worse. I was always getting worse. One thing that particularly struck me about the ME
Thank you, Megs. If you get the membership, please say thank you.
Support groups was the pure desperation and confusion. With most other conditions, you're given a diagnosis, a prognosis of whether it's going to kill you, and what you can do to manage it or cure it. With ME, you don't get that. You get an indeterminately long sentence to purgatory. You feel worse than you've ever felt in your whole life, and you're given no explanation as to why, and no signpost pointing the way out.
It's 2024. Let me put you onto the best DTF transfers in the game.
There was no selection bias to the people suffering. Members of the group were anything from esteemed ex-lawyers to single parents to former athletes. One thing I can say, these people were for the most part all extremely driven and collectively mourning their old lives. There's a stigma that because ME's predominant presentation of symptoms is tiredness, that its victims are just being lazy. I can tell you firsthand that me and every single person I've met with genuine ME would rather run 1,000 marathons than have to live another week with the tiredness and the unrelenting fatigue. We were at war with our tiredness, trying desperately to escape it, and some of us would go to extreme lengths to turn ourselves into guinea pigs to try and find ways out. Suicide was pretty common in those online support groups. It was around this time I was swallowed into the music industry. I was out busking on the streets one day and I noticed this sketchy, good-looking Mauritian guy with his arms crossed watching me really intensely, as though he was studying every lyric coming out of my mouth. He approached me and asked me if the songs I was singing were mine. I said they were. A big smile was painted across his face, and he told me he just finished recording Plan B's latest record, which turned out to be The Defamation of Strickland Banks, one of my favorite albums of all time. He was looking for a new project to sink his teeth into, and he asked me if I'd come to London to record. We got into it. The whole time I felt dreadful, but this was a lifelong dream materializing in front of my eyes. So bit by bit, when I could, I'd get the train to London and start chipping away at my first ever album. I didn't really let on how I was feeling during this time because I didn't want to sabotage it. There would be times I'd finish up in the vocal booth after doing the take, excuse myself to go to the toilet, throw up from the dizziness I was experiencing, sometimes with specks of blood, and then I'd go back and pretend that nothing had happened. I'd be sitting around with the whole room spinning and would pretend I was fine. There was only so long that I...
That is so insane. Imagine like getting the opportunity of a lifetime and then you just feel the worst you've ever felt in your life. I couldn't even, I couldn't picture it. Especially with one of the symptoms that he said that I have had, which is like brain fog. And that debilitates you from almost everything. Man, my heart breaks for him. It's so great to see where he's at now. Still pissing me off about the whole Cujo thing.
I was able to keep this up. Eric told me it'd be a cool idea for me to start going to industry showcases and start building buzz. Performing live like this was a whole new level of taxing that I wasn't ready for, but I was so ferociously ambitious that I just plowed through. The usual way it would go is I'd be in the back of Charlie's car, the whole world would be spinning, I'd be trying my best to sleep in it all day, parked up outside of whatever venue or pub it was in London, trying to conserve energy for the show. Sometimes I'd cry a little before I performed. My whole body would be burning. Then I'd brush it off and I'd get on stage and I'd perform as best I could. People would come up to me at the end, pat me on the back. I'd smile and pretend to be charismatic. Then I'd get back in the car and I wish I was in bed and have to endure a 3-hour drive back to Bath from London. There was only a few shows where I could keep pretending. I'd usually be trying to disguise the fact that my body was trembling through the fatigue and pain. Eventually, I started crying mid-set. It became blindingly obvious to everyone working with me during that time that something was very wrong. I told Eric that I needed to take some time out. My plan was to live at home with my mum for a month maximum, get my energy back, and come and finish the record. That 1 month turned into 2 months, turned into 3 months, turned into 6 months. I'd pushed myself to total burnout. The distance led to me and that angel breaking up, in part because it was difficult to navigate a relationship when you have so much brain fog, and I didn't know what it was well enough to be able to explain it to her at the time. With a loud thud, I'd been jolted out of a Shakespearean storyline. I lost the record deal and I couldn't get out of bed. My friends from Trick the Fox never really called to check up on me. It felt like the whole world was moving at lightning speed without me. I had this amazing opportunity right in front of me and I was chained to the floor. I was alone. I was sick. I wished that my condition would get it over with and kill me, but it wouldn't. And it felt cruel that it wouldn't. It just let me rot in bed. The whole world would continue to turn and I would rot. In the next episode, I'm going to tell you about a fight with a television and losing my anal virginity to an 80-year-old man. Stay tuned for that.
My thought patterns are composed by a time bomb for an author, like pigs to the slaughter. A symphony of self-doubt sings out, breath starts getting shorter, running water. It's the state that I wish to become. Instead, concrete envelops my movement and I'm rendered deaf and dumb, unable to heed the advice of others. Don't tell me things will get better, cause so far things haven't gotten better. I've got the sweater, poster child, bipolar, ADHD, therapist, wet dream. I don't want to talk about my father. I don't want to talk about my dead friend. I don't want to talk about myself. I'm sick of talking about myself. I'm sick of talking about myself and realizing that talking about myself never ever helps. Still, I call for help, cause I really want help. But the pills didn't seem to help, and the therapist didn't seem to help. But still, I want help. I've danced with the devil in hell. I've sat in a prisonless cell, and here I always dwell.
This is hard to listen to.
In this prison in myself, I do this thing where my mind travels back to the golden age. You know those times where you were carefree and everything was golden? The golden age. You know those times where everything was golden, where you were carefree and everything was golden? The hardest thing I ever had to do was come to terms with the fact that that time never really existed. I've always felt so fucking detached and broken, bruised and mismatched. Find it hard to relax, living under the cracks. Tried to fill in the gaps, lying here on my back. Still, I can't find it. Sense of peace in my mind declined it. Pulse increase and my sweat combines with a feeling so deep I fall inside it. Depression, I hate.
See, and not to stop the song, and I've never even heard the song before. I'm assuming it's called Depression. I don't hate me for not knowing. But he can take a subject like this and make it, make it into a song. Everybody can do that. But he does it in an appealing way, in a way that just makes you want to listen, which I feel like if you want to express a message, you have to have that talent. If you want it to get a good amount of appeal. And he's amazing at it.
You depression, your constant oppression. Respond with aggression. They say depression brings you lessons. Constant stressing conceals blessings. You will grow in broken settings. Fuck those lessons, fuck depression. I've been living in your shadow for so long that I forgot how I can shine. How I can find a refuge in my mind. How am I meant to sit here and unwind? The planets align. I feel like I'm cursed. Feel like I'm cursed to just be here to hurt. Feel like I'm cursed to just be here to bleed. But my demons been feeling this way since birth. Depression, I hate you. 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 Depression, I hate
Yeah. That all these songs at the end of these chapters are tough to hear. But his ability to put it into a song to make it sound, like audibly appealing is amazing, and that goes with everything he does, which is why it caught me in the first place. I have no allegiance or attachment to anybody, but then when they recommended High Ren to me and I watched it, it was like an immediate, because I was hearing the message, but then also put it in a way that I never would have thought of, and I was instantly intrigued. Yeah. Yeesh. That I'm like at a loss for words right now. No, he is willing to be open, which is a great thing. And I'll just ask because I don't. Let me see. Ren's treatments hadn't worked, and his health is starting to fail again. He has to go back to camp again. I mean, all we can do is pray that it does take at some point. That does suck. At least maybe it's less stress on him now. I'm trying to look at the bright side. Maybe it's less stress about not being able to do the things that you want to do. And like you said, life is passing you by. So maybe he knows that he has all these fans, all these people that love his music and want to hear it. Maybe that makes it a little bit easier for him. I would hope. And I'm sure he loves his fans. You can tell. Yeah. But that was chapter 3. We'll do chapter 4 and 5 next week. And does anybody even want me to look at the Black Pegasus and the other guys' disses to each other? If y'all do, I will. But if not, it is what it is. Well, just let me know if you want me to. If not, I'll do it on my own time. Because I won't make a personal video toward the other guy. But if it's a live, that's fine. I'll look at it. Francis Dahl, no. All right, cool. No. All right. That's 1 no and 1 no. I'll watch again. All right. You know what? Whatever. I'll just do it. I'll at least be fair here. I wouldn't be on my the actual channel as far as videos, because he doesn't use his own beats and he uses the same beat over and over. Let's see. You know what? We're just gonna do it. Let's go. Hold on. Black Pegasus King. But once this is on here, like this, y'all are the only ones that are gonna see this, because it will not be out again. Because, yeah. So let's see. All right, I haven't seen his, so let's go. Let's look
Italian sausage, bacon, and pepperoni for only $8.99. That's the lowest price in 3 meat pizzas.
Time just keeps on ticking while I keep
Black Pegasus. Nobody want to see you in the back coming up with some shit while Anthony Ray rapping. You do it. I'm ready to hate on you, my. You ain't want to do a live with me. I'm just looking for a reason to hate on your ass. But
funny, and
I ain't gonna lie, the Michelle Show guy is funny. He is. He makes me laugh. But all this stuff is half-hearted, so like it is what it is.
Corny at the same. You mean to tell me Whack Pegasus?
Hey, I think these fellas are phony. What's that you say? You heard me. Of course you know this means war.
But I mean,
Yeah.
Yo, Michelle show, hating for no reason. Chappelle show, he canceled before a season. That's season 4, you season 4. It stopped in 3. Suicidal tendencies trying to rock with me.
Michelle's show, season 4, canceled for season 4. Season 4. I like that. I like that. And I've known Black Pegasus. I've known of him for a long time. He used to show up to old Grind Time events, which is a battle league. I know he went to the WRCs, which is I want to say World Writing Championships, but he was a freestyle battler, so he was big in the battle rap culture. But yeah, but I don't know much about him outside of battle rap. I'll just say that.
Honest for no reason. Chappelle show, he canceled before a season. That's season 4, you season 4. It stopped in 3. Suicidal tendencies trying to rock with me. Honestly, I ain't mad. I blame your father. Broke nigga couldn't even afford a condom. Then your mom let him skeet in her stupid ass. Couldn't afford a plan.
Oh, because he's adopted, right? Hey. All is fair. All is fair. You started this thing. All right. Yeah, I like this. I want you to see me. All right, let's go.
With me. Honestly, I ain't mad. I blame your father. Broke nigga couldn't even afford a condom. Then your mom let him skeet in her stupid ass. Couldn't afford a plan B, so you would hatch. 9 months in birth is what she gifted you. Dad named you Michelle. He saw the bitch in you. It's like a boy named Sue, written by Johnny Cash. You spent your whole life pissed, wishing to whip his ass. Now you spew hate to everyone around you. This'll only take a minute. No need for round 2. You doing reacts, talking about you eating ass? That's what you meant when you said you was spitting gas? I'll turn your white room to a coffin, bro. I'll make it rain, man. Dustin Hoffman, bro. Red dot.
See, I just don't. I don't know much about Black Pegasus, but I just don't like those like haiku lines. Rain Man, like Dustin Hoffman, bro. I get it, but I just, from what I've heard from him, he's so much more talented than that. So it's just, but I get it. He did it on quick notice, so I'm not gonna be judgmental about it.
Out on your dreadlocks, focus. Stick go split your shit. Red top Moses. Better get back up. Calling King Dada. That's what I put on their forehead every time I spot him. King Dada. All blah blah, it's pathetic. Only in fans, cause Ren was being sympathetic. Ren wiped his ass with your diss track. He turned your face to a permanent place to bitch slap. He beat you down so bad, can't even stand up. You ride his dick, you trying to get your fans up. From this view,
Thank you. Someone else said it and not me. I mean, I already did say it. But dude, that is his claim to fame. His biggest accomplishment in his rap career is getting his cheeks clapped by Ren. Ren beat the shit out of him, and then because he's such a nice guy, gave him a up at the end, which is the biggest boost to his career that he's ever had. From the guy that whooped the shit out of you. And then for you to come back years later talking shit or like pretend like you didn't lose, get the fuck out of here, dude. This guy, man. I just, nothing personal. I just don't like the way he goes about things. I think it's shady. It shows a lot about a person who does it the way he does it instead of just reaching out to people and being like, yo, you're dope. I'd like to work with you. Something like that. Yeah, his approach is trash.
you looking like Whoopi Gold. Face to a permanent place to bitch slap. He beat you down so bad, can't even stand up. You ride his dick, you trying to get your fans up. From this view, you looking like Whoopi.
And now his highest view videos are Ren reactions, which is fine. Ren is a mega artist, but from someone that was talking shit that battled him, and now y'all don't see the weirdness there.
Goldberg, I'm Booker T, no problem whooping a Goldberg. Difference between me and YouTube rappers, I had a career before YouTube. Your shit is backwards. I toured America many and plenty times.
Toured Europe and Canada spreading rhymes. I got friends, it's legends, they know I get mine. I've done features with Immortal Tech and Tech 9. I fucked groupies on tour, I know.
He did? He had a feature with Immortal Technique? He's been in the game a long time. I know that. But yeah. And just if anybody here doesn't know why I don't like this guy so bad, he jumped in my comments attacking people that are subscribed to me, saying that we're all racist and not knowing, because he hasn't watched the video. So he doesn't know that I'm half Mexican, I have mixed children. But I'm a racist because I didn't like his music. And then I even gave him the opportunity to give me all of his diss tracks and to review him, and he didn't. He just complained and whined. So, yeah, fuck him. I'm sorry. I'm usually pretty positive, but fuck him.
No, you can't relate. Shit Canada spreading rhymes. I got friends, it's legends, they know I get mine. I've done features with Immortal Tech and Tech 9. I fucked groupies on tour, I know you can't relate. Shit, you could barely get pussy in your own state.
You got girls, Dada? Oh, I said your name. I've done so good. You get girls? Nah, come on. Wait. I don't think so.
You don't want this smoke, you'd probably die from beaties. And looking at your weight, you got diabetes. I don't know why I even give shine to you. I feel retired, I don't even got time for you. Bad energy, y'all messing up the game. All your fans is haters too, you all look the same. It's a shame, but I'ma keep on mashing. I'm old school, so I'ma keep on blasting. I get loose till the flow unfastened. Signing off Pegasus, the freckle face assassin. Damn, boy, you was trying to check my light skin, man? You thought I was Prince. Turn around, turn to Malcolm X on that ass. Yeah. We in here, man. Yeah, these old man bars is something you gotta deal with. These old man bars is something you gotta deal with.
That's how you could tell he's in the battle rap scene. Because if y'all don't know who T-Rex is, that's his like slogan. Grown man bar is something you gotta deal with. Let's see. All right. Hold on. Let's see. All right. So this is it.
Elders. 40.
All right. What is Dada's diss called? Fuck it, I don't care. I want to hear it just so I can, and I will try to be unbiased, but I don't think it's gonna work.
Motherfuckers think I ain't do this. It's just plain foolish.
Shut up. That's right. He's from Oklahoma. I ain't gonna talk shit about Oklahoma, but he's I don't know. Like, brother, you've been on YouTube. If you're watching this, Dada, because through your burner account, because I know you, like, dude, your comments get blocked. I don't know how many times they don't go to my comments. No one sees them. But you're trash. I don't know. Let's see. Black Pegasus in 3 minutes freestyle. Let's see if this is it. Yep. Okay. Here we go. Yep. I'm sorry. All right, let's go. This is Ren Shitrag responding to Black Pegasus.
It's like it's rap shit.
Damn, Kai, you going crazy.
Yeah, that's my trademark.
That beat is tough, though.
Yeah. I said I got it from the mud, was in the streets before I ever touched the beat. When it was beef, creep, speak, reach for heat under the seat. Now,
okay, nice rhyming. I'll give him that.
Yeah. I said I got it from the mud, was in the streets before I ever touched the beat. When it was beef, creep, speak, reach for heat under the seat. Now I deal with niggas that just hide behind monitors. I'm at a point.
What? No. We got to be real. You deal with people who hide behind that is you. That is you. You talk shit from your keyboard to everyone that doesn't like you. You're a giant ass toddler. Like, what? No. See, that line would have hit if I haven't seen how you act in real life. That doesn't hit.
Where it ain't nobody honester. And if I think a Nick beat when it was beef, creep, speak, reach for heat under the seat. Now I deal with niggas that just hide behind monitors. I'm at a point where it ain't nobody honester. And if I think a nigga trash.
He did it again. He did it again. This motherfucker's trash. Hold on. Hold up. He done it in another one that I heard, and he did it again. Did you please tell me y'all heard? What do you think I heard that I think is trash? Please let me know. Because he's done it in another song and he did it again. Let me know. Please let me know. I don't want to feel crazy that I heard something. Do y'all know what I heard? You know what? Thank you. I wasn't the only one. It's not a word, guy, because I know you're going to see this. It's not a word. Axe that bar, not in a good way. He did it again. He's said it before.
It was beef, creep, speak, reach for heat under the seat. Now I deal with niggas that just hide behind monitors. I'm at a point where it ain't nobody honester. And if I
He said honester. Good night, Valerie. I'm sorry. This was like an extra thing, and this he said honest. Brother. So it's okay when you slant rhyme, but when you make up words just to rhyme, the shit doesn't work that way. Honester. We're gonna hear it again, just in case maybe I heard it wrong. Hold on.
touch the beat when it was beef.
Right after monitors, and then the next bar.
Creep, speak, reach for heat under the seat. Now I deal with niggas that just hide behind monitors. I'm at a point where it ain't nobody honester.
This shit is pissing me off. And he's the king, right? I mean, I guess kings do get to make up words in their own language, right? What the fuck? All right. And that wasn't bias. I don't like that with anybody, but let's get back. Let's stop being biased. All right, let's go.
I ever touched the beat when it was beef, creep, speak, reach for heat under the seat. Now I deal with niggas that just hide behind monitors. I'm at a point where it ain't nobody honester. And if I think a nigga trash, then I'ma say that. Don't let my opinion be the reason that you don't play that. I said I say this to say that. Boy, I'm down.
Dude, I'm gonna pick your shit apart. Don't let the reason I say that don't be the reason why you what? Hold on, what?
Where it ain't nobody honester. And if I think a nigga trash, then I'ma say that. Don't let my opinion be the reason that you don't play that.
But you attack everybody that thinks you lost in a certain battle or doesn't like you. What? Make up your mind, dog. Am I taking crazy pills? Like, dude, am I being too hypocritical? Like,
I said I see monitors. I'm at a point where it ain't nobody honester. And if I think a nigga trash, then I'ma say that. Don't let my opinion be the reason that you don't play that. I said I say this to say that. Boy, I'm down to play tail of the tape while rappers don't play back. Cash for it cause I got a
Okay, that was tough. That was tough. I'll give that. Tales of the Crypt, rappers don't. Yeah.
Don't let my opinion be the reason that you don't play that. I said I say this to say that. Boy, I'm down to play tail of the tape while rappers don't play back. Cash for it cause
that was tough.
I got to crush him in the wind. He only responded cause I got a shout out from Ren. Cloud chasers.
He only responded back because you got a shout out from Ren. That's the only reason people know who you are. This dude is insane. Of course, that's the reason he, like, the only reason you're as relevant as you are is because you got a shout out from Ren after he clapped your cheeks in a battle. You know, he delusional. I'm sorry. And if you're in here, what's up, guy? I already told you you're trash, and now I'm just letting everybody know what I think of you.
Boy, I'm down to play tail of the tape while rappers don't play back. Cash for it cause I got to crush him in the wind. He only responded cause I got a shout out from Ren. Cloud chase is real, but that ain't something I ever can do.
Hold the fuck on.
While rappers don't play back. Cash for it cause I got to crush him in the wind. He only responded cause I got a shout out from Ren. Cloud chase is real, but that ain't something I ever can do. Fuck a few count rapper, I'm better than you.
Clout chasing is something he never would do. Dude, am I tripping? Like, clout chasing is something I never would do, even though the 3 biggest spikes in your views are from you attacking artists bigger than you. Are you, dude? You actually, I don't think you're slow, and there's nothing funny about that. But you're just stupid, bro. You know what? I don't even think you're stupid because your tactics work for you for like I don't know who it works for, but it clearly does. It hasn't worked since you got your view spike from Ren after he shouted you out after he whooped your ass. But it has, that did work for you. Since then, it hasn't. But you got to be delusional because you're saying all these things that directly apply to you. Just because you say, no, I don't. Dude, we have the evidence. We can look at your videos. None of them are hidden. Oh my Lord. As my grandmother would say, oh my Lord.
And everybody hear it. He's responding because I got a shout out from
Ren.
Cloud chase is real, but that ain't something I ever can do. Fuck a few count rapper, I'm better than you. And everybody hear it. These niggas fear it. Crying shameless in their face with my tear is. My attitude in rap has been fucking. Cause sometimes you want your food served and sometimes you want 100. Man, who want it?
Okay, that was tough. That's a tough line in general, but it has nothing to do with Black Pegasus. That was a tough line. See, I'm giving him credit when he does something that actually sounds good.
Crying shameless in their face with my tear is. My attitude in rap has been fucking. Cause sometimes you want your food served and sometimes you want 100. Man, who want it? Gotta keep it 100. Cause if I ain't running with a nigga, we can run it. Black Pegasus, this nigga better bow. You a legend for battles back then, well, I'm legend for it now. I'm pinned just too.
No, you're not. You're legendary for how you lost to battle. Never mind. Go ahead. Whatever you say, you're undefeated. Okay.
2 different difficulty levels. Running with a nigga, we can run it. Black Pegasus, this nigga better bow. You a legend for battles back then, well, I'm legend for it now. I painted just 2 different difficulty levels. Hot as hell, this what you get when you speaking to the devil. What up, Rick? You thought I wasn't gonna get you, bro? Don't understand this life, and I forget you slow. I heard your last ditch effort, so where the ditch you go? You did some me over Chris, so you a bitch and hoe. Niggas got amnesia, but Dada ain't forget his rap. So system niggas popping, I'ma load them up and send them back. Clip dick pop to clip hip hop you. They hate you for something, but that's the shit hip hop do. If you ever expect,
I like the way he rhymed that there, but he still said a lot of nothing. Which I also said Pegasus in certain parts it was filler there, but I feel like he was just more direct. I'm just being honest.
I forget you slow. I heard your last ditch effort, so where the ditch you go? You did some me over Chris, so you a bitch and hoe. Niggas got amnesia, but Dada ain't forget his rap. So system niggas popping, I'ma load them up and send them back. Clip dick pop to.
You're the only one talking shit. Unless I fucking missed something. But this big ass toddler is the only one talking shit, which is why people are, you know, I can't. I'm trying to wrap this up.
Clip hip hop you. They hate you for something, but that's the shit hip hop do. If you ever expect Dada to show humility, we'll discuss that for anything but my ability. I'm God, nigga. Beat bully, yeah, I'm hard, nigga. Life is a bitch and success is a smart sister. Leaving trash rappers in the street, shit is all litter. Raw hitter, competition me, so they all better. Ain't shit changed. I came from the dub, broke the code. I did a lot with less than 10K subs. Now niggas don't think that it's different than what it is. Age of 47.
You have done a lot with less than 10K subs, and you've been on YouTube for 7 years. If you were gonna blow up, you would have. Sorry, dog. You don't have real friends because they're not keeping it real with you. And this makes you look cheesy going after bigger artists just to get a little shine. That's, you know what? I'm being realer to you than your friends are. So.
Boy, I've been itching for a year. Ground shake, turn Pegasus into pound cake. My birth doctor is the only one to see my crown break. Couldn't even respect your flow.
That was tough. That's your hardest line of the song.
37, boy, I've been itching for a year. Ground shake, turn Pegasus into pound cake. My birth doctor is the only one to see my crown break.
Birth doctor is the only one to see my crown break. Well, he said Pegasus turned into pound cake, but it's probably its toughest line of it so far. Yeah, so it's not enough.
And even respect your flow, cause you sound fake. I came out rough like what a hound make. You got 1 million subs cause they idolize suckers. I'm from where you get hit and you can't hide behind it.
What? You got 1 million subs because they idolize suckers. All right, guy.
Even respect your flow, cause you sound fake. I came out rough like what a hound made. You got 1 million subs cause they idolize suckers. I'm from where you get hit and you can't hide behind numbers. They try to tell me what I need to do and give advice, but what you gonna say to a nigga that's just nice? I don't drop all the time, I'm cooking gourmet. It's nothing but love and nutrition on your plate. So good the long line, they gotta close the store late. My UK people like, give me some more, mate. Get money in all directions cause my kids can't eat hope. It's hard to rap to these niggas when the beat broke. I said I eat on this beat so I don't be broke. You show these niggas at the.
It's hard to rap to these when the beat broke. What does that even mean? I mean, I can make it make sense in my mind, but if I have to do that, it's not a good line.
Money in all directions cause my kids can't eat hope. It's hard to rap to these niggas when the beat broke. I said I eat on this beat so I don't be broke. You show these niggas at the beast woke. It's Dada. Yeah. I said this shit was gonna be like what? I was gonna chill for a second, but since niggas wanna rush shit.
Bro, you killed yourself in 3 minutes and 23 seconds. You had 2 lines that pertain. You know what?
I got you, Robert.
Continue.
I got you, Robert. I got you. I got you, Robert. Dada.
You know what? I'm sorry I put y'all through that. It's not a freestyle, but that's not that the terminology has changed. Like they don't actually mean freestyles. Black Pegasus came from a freestyle era, but that's they label it different now. I don't, dude. I'll just say this. I am biased because I don't necessarily like how he goes about things. I don't think he's a terrible rapper. I just don't think he's that good, which is why he is where he is. And his biggest view bump is when Ren whooped his ass. So he said a lot of nothing. He said, like, how many things did I say? 3 or 4 that made no sense. He made up a word. I don't even need to see his next one. Maybe I'll watch it on my own time, but I'm not putting any reactions to him out on my own. And I've already told him that, and he can just deal with it. I only have about almost 4,000 subs, but I don't even want to give you that. So if they want to, they can look at it here. But all right, everybody, I'm about to wrap this up. I just want to say hey to everybody. In case if I missed you, I'm sorry. This video wasn't even supposed to be about that. But you know, it is what it is. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll review Black Pegasus tomorrow, or when you say Friday when he puts it out. But yeah, we got a lot of videos coming here in the next couple days. But I appreciate all of y'all. It means a lot to me when y'all show up and hang out with me. But yeah, y'all have a good night. And I'm sorry about the last part. I didn't want to put you through that trash, but it is what it is. But all right, y'all have a good night. All right, peace.